Aha! Game is at the ready. My controller is not plugged in. Let me just plug it in here. The current thing we're about being printed. I usually don't print while I'm streaming, but this wasn't done by the time that I wanted to start streaming. It's almost done. It's like 98% done. Is the case. So that's just gonna wrap up at the beginning of this stream. I'm plugging my controller real quick. Am I trying to put in the USB the wrong way? I am. I was like, why isn't this going in? This is a dragon for Fragapalooza, is the plan. So, heck, can my inputs do things? I was having troubles with this controller over the past few days, just on my own time. Not playing this, playing Elden Ring. But, I wonder if it's a weird controller thing. Anyway, that's for Fragapalooza. Because last year, in terms of prizes for the Smash tournaments that I was running, the prizes, like, I didn't know what the prizing was going to be before the event started. And it sounds like it's going to be the same this year, where it's only as of, like, the event starting that we find out how prizing is going to get assigned where. And last year, it just ended up being Steam keys. The winners of the Smash tournaments that I was running last year just ended up bringing home Steam keys for different games. And that got me thinking, though, like, wait, what if they don't play on PC? Or what if it's a game that they just have no interest in? Then are they just kind of like shit out of luck? Or I guess they can give the key to someone else, but then it feels kind of crummy winning something that you can't even use. So I don't know what the prizing for the Smash tournaments is gonna be from Frag. The free-for-all tournament got a sponsor secured, so apparently that sponsor is gonna supply prizing for the free-for-all tournament of I don't know what. So because it's kind of in the air and I don't know what's going on, I was like, well, how about the players of the Smash tournaments, like those that podium, so first, second, and third place, get to at least take something cool home? But like, I only just graduated university last month, so I'm not exactly Mr. Moneybags out here, because university is very draining. So I've been printing dragons, is what I've been doing. I'll probably print a whole bunch of other things, but I'm creating like a little pile of dragons here. I'm printing out a whole bunch, and then I figure players at podium can just kind of make their choice from like first place gets first pick, second place second pick, and third place gets third pick. I also have like a pile of 3D printed stuff out, and I'll do that for like the free-for-all doubles and singles. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping, because it's like, it's not a very major expense on my part. It's pretty cheap and easy, but it's something that is still really cool. I actually went earlier today to buy colors. I got like some rainbow colors and some multicolored cool things. Try and print dragons and cool other colors. I might print some of these mushrooms. This is one that I printed when I was running. I ran out of red and switched to green, and the body I ran out of brown and switched to orange at the time. This is my little amalgamation mushroom as an example, but I might print some of these because I think like a lot of people seem to like these too because they're containers. And I have enough filament to actually print these properly now, so maybe I'll print some of those too because these are pretty easy as well. That's what I might do. So yeah, I might just have like a whole bunch of 3D printed goodies like out across my desk and stuff. But yeah, that's the hope there. That do be the hope. And this filament here that I'm using is technically a red and gold transition filament. Like, here's my dragon that I like to have around on my desk, where it printed properly with it being red and gold there. But this one, it didn't really transition to gold in time. It was just kind of stuck in the red part of the plastic line. So I just manually swapped it to a gold that I have around the spikes. So it's going to be a hard cutoff, but I'm hoping it'll still look kind of cool. We'll see. It's my attempt to salvage it. I'm playing some Persona 3 Reload. What the heck am I doing? I was going to be away for like a week and a half originally, but I'm back a little bit early. So last weekend, my dad and I went out to our lake cabin, and then after spending the weekend there, we headed out to Rock Lake in the western part of the province, just north of Jasper. And we were going to stay out there until Thursday. It's currently Wednesday. And then on Thursday, we were going to come back to our lake and then spend the weekend out there and go to a show and shine with my dad's truck and then come back on like Monday or something like that. So I was going to be gone for like a week and a half. And then the western province kind of caught on fire and Jasper was evacuated. Jasper, I don't know if Hinton was evacuated too. But I know that a lot of that area is kind of starting to become more and more on fire as the fire is getting closer, and it's actually really, really scary, and a lot of people have had to evacuate, and it's a mess right now. So we were like, this is not great. We should probably head back now before things spread and like more highways get shut down, and then we have to take like a crazy roundabout way if we want to get back. So we headed back to our lake on Tuesday, so yesterday. And then woke up there this morning and then came home here today, Wednesday, even though we do want to be out there this weekend for a show and shine that we'd be going to with my dad's truck. We were like, hey, well, there's some stuff that we can get done here, like maybe fixing my truck now that another fuel pump is in that I can hopefully fix it with. So we just decided to come here for like just a couple days, and then we're going back out there again to our lake cabin. Sure, I'll raise courage. So that's what's going on here. Yeah, it's awful. And like, there's some people that have to, like, on such short notice, just like pack up your things, get out of here, go. Just out of nowhere, and have to take like these massive long trips and get to evacuation shelters. Oh, my courage went up to tough. Whoa. Yeah, so it's a mess. Oh, I guess dark hour things are happening today. So I was like, well, I'm back here. Let's just do some Persona 3 reload.
You've prevailed yet again.
Make some progress on some of my stream games, because this is gonna take me like forever. No, I really don't.
To an end? Well,
I actually don't recall you telling me that, but I'm gonna take your word for it.
I'm pretty sure the end is unavoidable.
Yeah, that's usually how it works.
But it's kind of weird. It doesn't feel that inevitable right now, considering the vast potential inside you.
Well, I hope it feels inevitable, because I don't want this playthrough to take forever. Whoops! I just opened like an Xbox menu.
If you don't mind, can I be your friend? I'm really curious about you.
Wait, am I using display capture? Oh, I am. Let's turn off display capture. Normally you wouldn't see that, but because I was using display capture, you could. Not like seeing that is all that important. Like, it's fine if you see that. It's just we'll get better frame rate on game capture. Sure, what's your name?
Name? Oh, I see. I need a name. My name is Pharaohs.
Sounds like a cool name. I like it.
We'll get along great.
Sure we will. I feel it begins to bond with the mysterious boy Pharaohs. Is this a link? Oh my goodness, it is. So you want to be my friend? Do you like video games? Do you like antique vehicles? Do you like 3D printing? Do you like martial arts? Do you like plants? What other things do I like? I don't know. Whoops. I guess I skipped it. Persona of the Death Arcana. Rank up. Cool. Mysterious boy rank 1 death. That's not ominous at all.
Well, it's getting late. So, I'm going now. I can
Fair.
hardly wait until the next time we meet.
Get some good rest. Bye-bye. What is he wearing? Flip-flops? Wait. Okay, yeah, so there's the countdown to when the next boss battle is gonna be. Okay, and hello, Guzma. Yeah, I was gonna be gone for like another week, but then the province kind of caught on fire, so we're back now. is the case, is what I was just saying. We were gonna spend more time out at Rock Lake, and I can still send you like some pictures and stuff, but it was really, really smoky out there. It was never really clear skies, so it wasn't as pretty as last year. My dad still didn't catch any fish, so he got kind of frustrated. He was saying, there's no fish in this lake. And, yeah, so it was just kind of really smoky. It was really getting to my... Yeah, so we went to the lake house, and then from there out to Rock Lake, and then we were gonna go back out to the lake house again for this weekend, and then we were gonna come home. So we were gonna be gone for like a week and a half all in all, and have like 3 or 4 days at Rock Lake. But the smoke was awful. My dad was getting really, really congested with all the smoke, and wasn't feeling all that great and feeling kind of lightheaded. And plus the fact that Jasper was getting evacuated, Jasper and area getting evacuated because the fire is very quickly spreading up north there. It's like, huh, we kind of got to get out of here. So yeah, and we don't have like any internet access or anything out there, but my dad got this little satellite receiver to be able to send like a few texts back and forth with my mom here and there, just in case anything important comes up. So she's the one that let us know, hey, Jasper is being evacuated. You might not want to stick around there. And we were like, oh, maybe we shouldn't stick around here. Whoops. So yeah, we went back to the lake cabin, and then we were like, well, we could just like sit around here not doing much for a few days, or we can come back to the city, try to fix my truck now that my fuel pump is in, which turns out to be this $200 fuel pump that came in. Turns out to be the exact same type of fuel pump as the $47 piece of crap that I got before. just different seller here, and I thought it'd be something different, but it isn't, so we're gonna try and make do and see if I can get my truck working, because I'd love to take it to Fragapalooza, but I don't know if it'll work out like that, and we shall see, because right now it's not working at all, and maybe it'll work tomorrow. I have no idea. So, yeah. You're wondering if I ever got your text message? You sent me a text message? Oh, like all the way back about Jan there. Yeah, I didn't get the chance to reply to that, but I was chatting with Jan about that while we were out there, since we were out camping with him. And like I told him as well that like he was planning on sending you an email, but you want me to proofread it. He's really not the kind of person that's gonna care about that. And like when I told him like he wants me to proofread a email there. Yeah, sorry I didn't get the chance to reply to you, but I just asked Jan while we were heading out there. Like, he wants me to proofread an email for him to send to you, and he just seemed to, like, not really care all that much about whether or not, like, it's a super professional email. His reaction was just, oh shit, I've been meaning to reach out to him, like, remind me again at the end of the trip here. And just saying that he felt really bad about, like, not reaching out and stuff is what seemed to be, like, his bigger priority there. Speaking of, he just texted you now. Okay, nice. Morning, Yamagishi will be living in the dorm with us starting today, and from this point on, she'll be providing us with support in Tartarus at night. Okay, that means I can start joining battles again. Oh, wait, you're gonna be a party member? Oh, that's reassuring.
Yes.
Yes, you can depend on me. Even if I'm a bit slow starting out, rest assured that I'll catch up to you all in no time. Also, I want to see something kind of cool. While I was out of town, I was making progress on my new screens. So, like this. So, this thingamabob here. This old screen that I'm trying to replace. The new version that I'm slowly drawing here is looking like this now. I made progress on my laptop while I was out of town. Specifically this section, everything that's marked here. I just started drawing my capture card. So, I drew on my keyboard, which is like a pain in the butt with all the buttons and doing like some minor shading on all the keys and stuff. So that took like forever. GameCube controller wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad either. And then this should be pretty easy, I think. So I'm getting there bit by bit. This is most of the things. And then the next big thing is going to be like my Eevee mouse pad here. And then once that's done, it's just going to be like filling in the background and probably adding a little bit more damage to the edges of my hat to reflect on the real one where it's coming apart at the edges, and yeah. So, yeah, progress on that. Is that a DM from Guzma, or is that from someone else? That's from someone else, is what that be. Let's see here. Alright. Whoops, I want to be this layout, I think. Whoa, unless I use this for a thumbnail, in which case, there, I totally got it. Wow. And go over to that part on OBS. I guess it's one of these voice cutscenes, so I'll have cameras off.
I'd like everyone to gather at the usual place tonight.
Okay.
He just came by the other day. Something happened?
Apparently, he's prepared some special gifts for us.
Is it 3D printed dragons?
Yamagishi moving into the dorm, but I'd appreciate it if you could all come by.
Special? Does that mean we can expect something good?
I don't know.
Maybe I'll get new printing filaments.
We're talking about.
I actually picked up some pretty cool ones
Joke he made up.
earlier today. Also, the thingamabob just finished. Let's see what the sudden change to gold as opposed to the transition gold looks like. And most likely at Fragapalooza, someone will end up taking this dragon home. Most likely. Wow, my cord is getting all tangled here. If I go ahead and grab this, don't need that anymore. I'm dealing with some stringing issues with my printer that I'm gonna need to resolve, but like it's not a super big deal. I go onto only camera here. Like you can see some stringing between the horns. I need to figure out how to reduce that. That's what I gotta do. But it's not a big deal on stuff like this. I can just take it off. Especially on PLA here that doesn't string as much. If I print in PETG, which already strings a lot, it's probably gonna become like mayhem. That off there. Generally back on the printer. Release the joints here. Yeah, so with a sudden change to gold as opposed to transition to gold, it's not too bad, I'd say. Like a golden spikes at the top. It would have been nice if it was a transition one like this, where it slowly changes over, if the camera's even gonna focus in. And that is the filament that I loaded, but It wasn't quite close enough to the gold part of the spool, so manual color change to just a gold spool I had. It's not too bad. Maybe I'll take some paint and just paint the eyes gold, because that won't take me very much effort. Do it like I did on Guzma's dragon that I gave him. And yeah, maybe someone will take this home for Fragapalooza. We shall see. I appreciate the follow there. It's totally not Sophia. On. Let's put this guy here for now. This dude will hang out here with us for this stream. The stream around this Master Sword and stuff. So sad you burned your bread. Don't do that. Burning bread? That's not what bread was for. Link it back over her legs because cold. Also, you can barely even tell that, you know, that it's there. Yeah, with a camera this small. I still also have like a super big Master Sword print that we completed with Fire Emblem Fates recently that I need to send out to Nishara, but with me leaving on that trip, I didn't really get the chance yet, so I'll probably reach out to him in the near future and be like, hey, what's your address again? Remind me. I know you shipped a thingamabob to me at one point, but I didn't write it down. I should have. I think that box got recycled. So, how do I get you this Master Sword? It's probably going to cost an arm and a leg in shipping costs, but you already spent an arm and a leg on shipping costs sending Pyra and Mithra amiibo to me, so I better, like, do something cool back. But yeah. Hey, you're Sophia, you're unfriendly neighborhood lesbian. Well, welcome on into the Streaminess Stream. I'm Acoustic Harmonia. I'm that nerd that just does like a bazillion games all the time and never seems to catch a break because I'm always doing too much. How many friggin' texts am I getting? Unknown sender request. Greed is such a terrible sin, alas, I can't help but want. And now the number of requests I have for you is increased. Oh, so this is Elizabeth. Be incredibly pleased to, should you spare the time to fulfill them, sincerely yours forevermore, Elizabeth. Oh yeah, can't I hang out with Elizabeth now? Or something, I think the game was saying last time, and it doesn't even consume time. I can just do it completely for free. No cost at all required. So I should probably do, oh, I duplicate skill cards. Yes, it is indeed. If so, why do I hate myself? What, for doing like a bazillion games or for playing this? Or what now? Let's see, what do I only have one of? I only have one of that, so sure, duplicate it. Cool, thank you. See you later, alligator. Let me go over here and do the thingamabob that Elizabeth wants me to do. I'll decide on if I'm hanging out with you later. But yeah, playing Merciless. Oh, because I always play hardest difficulty on this channel. Well, almost always, I should say. Like, I play about 98 to 99% of games on this channel on the hardest difficulty. The one exception that I can name is Nier Automata, where its hardest difficulty is like, you have no UI and you get one shot. Like, it's where it's like, okay, this is clearly meant for those that really, really are like into this and have a lot of hours already. I want a super crazy challenge. But I probably shouldn't do that. With exceptions to stuff like that, I always do hardest difficulties on this channel. So when I played Persona 5 here, I did Merciless. And now I'm doing this Merciless. And I guess one other Persona game done here, Persona 5 Tactica, that I did after Persona 5, did that on Merciless. And that was super easy. This on Merciless, it's interesting sometimes. A lot of the time, it's not too bad. I mean, I say that from the perspective of someone that's always playing things on the hardest difficulties. Sometimes the bosses are like, huh, this is gonna take me a few tries, but then after a few tries, it's okay. I mean, the last boss was a freebie because it was a tutorial one. I see that you're living quite the fulfilling life between nurturing your bonds, striving for self-improvement. This is less of a reward, more of a gift from me to you. Please take it. The last actual boss, the one on the train that I did, I'm still not super far in this game. That one took me a decent few tries. That was a little bit crazy. It is in some cases. I've heard people say that like Merciless is typically the hardest for like bosses because of how much they wreck you, but it's like one of the easiest difficulties for like random encounters. And people say that like hard mode is the hardest difficulty for random encounters, but not quite as hard for bosses. Or maybe it depends on what kind of things you have, where if you can strike their weaknesses, it can depend. It's such a weird situation there where it like, yeah, I know how it works. Like, I did it, so I know how it works. And I know that it's a complicated, weird kind of situation there. And I know that it's, like, just actually the hardest in this one. Instead of the weird situation of, is Merciless the hardest or is Hard the hardest? It depends on the situation. Which is a really, really weird way to handle the hardest difficulties.
So this is the fountain.
That's
It's the
right.
sport of water, a precious resource and the very foundation of life.
Yeah, even if it's not always
Such
the
a
hardest, I'll
sinful
always
form
just
of
do
art.
whatever the game implies is
Heard
the
of
hardest.
mystical powers,
Or if there's
wherein
gray
those who
area, do the
offer
one that
coin
sounds
may have
harder.
their wishes granted.
On paper. Or at least by the game's impressions. I don't think the things I say to you matter. Like, because you're not a social link. The wishes granted? Maybe so.
Then I must try my hand at this. Fortunately, I anticipated this and brought a hefty sum
Do
of
other people
coins.
see you, or how does it work? I wonder.
2,000 of your 500 yen coins to be exact. I
Wait,
shall
what?
make an opening bid of 1 million yen.
What? No one's gonna notice me take everything from the fountain after, right?
Oh! I was so caught up in the excitement that I started tossing coins without giving my wish any thought.
Your
This
wish
won't
was for
do.
me to have 1 million yen.
I shall give it more careful consideration before I return here in the near future.
Go turn yourself in
What is this
for the crime of
facility
posting
here?
cringe.
I see there's a gentleman inside with quite the stern face. And these photographs displayed so prominently, most...
The guy that her head is blocking on the left side, like her
Reward?
2D art is blocking.
Would it be correct to presume
Looks
that
like
these are
Hideo
your
Kojima's
version
weird
of
cousin.
my subjugation requests?
Wait, you can't even see it right now, but would it be correct to presume these are your version of my subjugation requests? Pretty much. Or maybe I'm just talking out my
What
ass
do
here, I
they
don't know what I'm
use as
saying.
Proof that the target has been subjugated. If they
I only got like a
truly
very
parallel
brief
my
look earlier.
requests, then do they require a piece of the body? My interest has been piqued.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go look at that guy that I was talking about for a second there. I was wrong.
This edifice over here, is this what you call a club? Dancers dictated by the
never
sway
actually
of
been to a
one's
club in my
inner
life.
passions, a subterranean garden flourishing with
I mean, I guess it
uninhibited
depends on what you
desires.
classify as that. Like on my 18th birthday, I spent 10 hours in a bar
Oh no!
working on an assembly line. I didn't have any
Closed
alcohol.
right now? Oh, what a pity! I had hoped to become part of the scene.
I remember that was the
Ooh.
day after the Nintendo Switch released. What are you doing?
Well, that was quite satisfying. But I'm overwhelmed. Everything looks so new and inviting. Everywhere I look, something catches the eye. If you don't mind, could you perhaps recommend our next activity?
Video games. No,
This arcade. I have heard of it before. If I am not mistaken, it is a playground where one sports with electronic fairies in exchange for tokens.
I was
They
reading
may
a
also
headline
have
not that
games
long ago
one
where
controls a
apparently
raised
there's
claw to win
like gonna be
prizes.
some Olympic
I'm eager to see
esports
it
or
in
something
action.
like that starting up.
Uh,
Which is
excuse
like,
me,
what?
would you mind waiting for a moment? I hadn't noticed there was a fountain
don't know how I
on
feel
this
about
side
that.
as well. Oh, yet another fountain. On the opposite side, I see.
Just
So
dump
this
in another
place
million
plays host to a
for me to
trinity
yoink
of
later.
fountain spirits. I apologize for the wait. Let us continue. This mechanism.
Alright,
Am
my
I
printer's
correct
starting to quiet
to
down
assume
behind
that
me.
I ought to punch this area with all
So you
my
wouldn't
strength?
normally hear it since I have a
Thank
noise
you
gate.
for the
But as I
invaluable
speak, you might have heard like a
experiences
fan in
you've
the
shared with me
background
today.
slightly.
I
Shouldn't
consider
hear that
this
anymore.
mission a complete success. This may sound forward. but
Again, that's why I usually
I'd
don't
like for
3D
you
print
to
while I'm
accompany
streaming,
me
unless
again
it's something very
sometime.
unobtrusive to the layout, like a 3DS game, where I just have extra space anyway. Turn to the Velvet Room with Elizabeth, where I may as well have like a print cam. Okay, well, but yeah. Yeah, so just straight up hardest here. But I mean, there are definitely some difficulty modes I've played on this channel that are like the actual most hair-pulling, like awfully designed pieces of crap ever. Like Fire Emblem Fates and Lunatic Plus. Like that, my god, who was responsible for that? So there are some times that I put myself through absolute hell around here. But yeah, say the wrong things to Elizabeth, you die on 627 and get the bad ending. Yeah, I better not have said the wrong things there. But yeah, and Elizabeth being Elizabeth, she's your favorite species.
Are you accepting
Interesting
a
way to
request?
phrase it. To walk around Paulina Mall.
Wonderful.
This seems to complete a request. One moment, please, while I check. Think show me around Paulina Mall. Regarding that fountain, still haven't decided what to wish for. Fortunately, my master has vetoed my wish to renovate the Velvet Room with a dance floor. I was so set on establishing Club Velvet that coming up with another wish has proved to be rather difficult.
Marvelous.
I'll wish to come up with a wish. There, that settles it. Please take this as a reward. Small Cheonsem? What the heck is that? It's a key item? With the acquisition of the small Cheonsem, you can now fuse Huapo, the graceful tree spirit. Ah, that is exactly what I wanted. Appears you already completed. Take this as your reward. Oh, I didn't even pay attention to what it was. Oh, here's there's this. There you go. Bouquet of roses, they're gorgeous. Thank you for this lovely gift. Truly, I've heard that in the language of flowers, the meaning of a bouquet depends on how many stalks there are. Oh, I didn't know that. So bouquet means look into the matter later. Your reward. The thing that you should wish for is wish for my truck to work tomorrow. Because it is just not, like, he's been able to work at all, considering the fuel pump issue for the past little while. So it's just sitting broken down in the backyard. And yeah, I would like it to work. So we're gonna try tomorrow with the new part I got. And if it successfully pumps fuel and doesn't just immediately fall apart like the last fuel pump that I put in there, which had started pumping fuel and I was driving it and then I got stranded on the way home because the fuel pump fell apart and it stopped pumping fuel so the engine ran out of gas. Assuming that doesn't happen again, that would be great because I would love to take it to Fragapalooza and tent out in the back. So that's what you should wish for, Elizabeth. What the heck do I want to do anyway? Interesting news, he said that once you get a work contract, you should be able to get a work permit pretty quickly, so you won't have to wait a ton of months to get one. Just emailed him your resume. Yeah, he was mentioning stuff like that while we were out, like, camping out at Rock Lake together. And he was saying that he might be able to talk to, like, some people that he knows in the industry about some, potential ideas / potential opportunities there. Who do I want to hang out with? Whoops. I guess I can save. Sure. There we go. Social link. That's that guy. So, I'm only at rank 2 with you, so maybe I should hang out with you. Do I have a justice persona? I sure do right there. So maybe I'll do that today. Sure. But I need to open that tab again for Persona 3 Reload. Social link. Answers. I almost wrote confidant answers. I'm used to Persona 5. So let's just Control F. Whoops, I just hit the Windows button. Control F justice. Whoops. I'll just misspell that, but it brought me to justice in time anyway. So we're gonna be going from rank 2 to 3. Like that's a good favor if you have time today. I should really find a different site to do this on. I hate how filled with ads this gets. Yeah, so 2 to 3. I'm using RPG site, by the way. Oh my goodness, ads everywhere. I'll close out what ones I can. So rank 2 to 3, there's 2 things that I gotta do here. Well, I don't have to, but I better do it. This is kind of embarrassing, but will you help me with my homework? It's math, to be specific. Let's talk about more at the library. You know, math used to be, like, my best subject, or at least one of my best subjects in high school.
Doesn't that sound pathetic?
Until calculus.
I never even wanted this job. Someone else entered
I
me
struggled
into
to
the
pass
running.
calculus.
didn't
I had a
think
really
I
good
would
teacher,
actually
though.
get elected
He's the only
now.
reason I passed it.
Oh, but I don't regret
'Cause holy
joining the
crap,
student council or anything.
Calculus.
If I hadn't joined,
Bane of my
then
existence.
I wouldn't have met such kind people like you or the president.
And then statistics was pretty hard in university later, but not as hard.
Oh, I'm sorry.
If you're gonna flirt with each other, go do it outside.
I'm so tired of this. Can't even pick up my pencil anymore. But if you give me a kiss, maybe I can study for another 30 minutes.
What are you going on about now?
Charm
Come on,
100.
you gotta take
Who
this
wouldn't want to
seriously.
after
Don't you
that?
want us to go to the same college?
Just give me a kiss, please.
All right, fine.
What?
They're really gonna kiss? Do they not know where they are?
They have no shame.
That's right. I agree. This is supposed to be a place of learning, and they're still just kids.
I mean, that's how I felt when I saw people
As a member of the
hooking
student
up with
council,
one another in junior high and high school.
That kind of inappropriate
Like, doesn't this
behavior
seem
should
pretty
not
early?
be tolerated at school. We should
just what I
notify
thought.
the student council president right away and discuss this at our next meeting.
I agree.
If you're on my side, then I have nothing to fear. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be raising my voice in the library.
Don't look like there's many people around that would
I don't mind
care.
if I get in trouble, but I don't want you to get criticized too.
I can tell Chihiro is concerned about me. I feel like our relationship has grown. Now I can click back onto the stream manager, pausing the game there briefly. Because it'll pause at any time I click off the game. Okay.
Oh, I didn't notice the time.
Well, time flies when you're having fun.
I
Aw.
think I'm going to be stuck here for a while, so you don't need to wait for me.
I parted ways with Chihiro, then headed back to the dorm.